Cam Reddin, and this is your homecoming on 2SSR FM.
Tomorrow, I did mention at the top of the hour, is the 15th annual Sutherland Shire Relay for Life. It's become quite an institution, particularly over the last couple of years since its launch in 2002. The chair of the Relay for Life down in Sutherland and pioneer of the event in our local area, Rod Coy, is good enough to give me a couple of minutes on the show. G'day, Rod.
G'day. Good to talk to you.
Good to have you on the show, mate. It's geez, you must be right off your feet at the moment, wouldn't you? You almost ready to go?
Yeah, it's all happening down here. We've got 50 on the committee, and they're all going for it. Luke Barbuto's a co-chair, and he's up in the mess tent right now, getting all our restaurants organised. So that's all happening, and the mess tent's about 80 metres long, and it takes about 400 or 500 people. So it's massive. The stage is up, ready to go. We're pretty close to ready. Another hour or two, and we'll have it all ready for tomorrow.
Beautiful. Now, how many people are we expecting? It was a massive turnout last year already. Can we expect it to get even bigger tomorrow?
Yeah, probably around the same size. We've been about the same size now for a number of years because we're sort of happy with that size. It's about 7,000 people come through the weekend. We get about 2,000 or 3,000 that register for the event. And we raise about $500,000 each year. So it's a good size. It's the biggest in New South Wales and one of the biggest in Australia.
It's a fantastic amount of money each year for the Cancer Council. Almost $5 million, over $5 million now since the first one in 2002. What's the target for this year? Around about the same, about $500,000?
Yeah, about $500,000. We'll go there again, I think, and we're already on 200 and something now, which is great early on. We'll probably pop up to about $500,000 again. All the estimates seem to point to that. And the number of people are in the same number as last year. And last year was a bumper year. Had a lot of rain last year, but that didn't affect us.
That's right. We've got a little on the radar for tomorrow. Hopefully, have you got a rain dance or something prepared just in case as an emergency?
No. We said that a number of years ago, and it's 15 years now, but a number of years ago, as in probably 10 years ago, we said. We sent a message out. The first time we sent the message, we said, look, no matter what the weather, unless it's dangerous as in lightning, no matter what the weather, the relay is on. So whenever you wake up for relay day on the relay morning and you're wondering, is it on or off, the answer will always be that it's on. And the reason is that anyone who's got cancer doesn't get a break. They've always got to wake up and they've got to deal with what they're doing and their battle. And so we all say, well, that's the way it is. Relay is on. So every year, whether it's rain, hail or shine, we haven't had a year where there hasn't been a big crowd. And last year was 4 days, 2 days rain coming in and then 2 days of rain and then even rain after the day after. But we still had a massive turnout. So at this stage, they've given us, the gods have been shining on us because we've got the event up and ready, which is good in the dry. We've got plenty of cover down here. I mean, mess tent, and we've got other tents that are 50 metres long and 5 metres wide, all sorts of tents all out, and cafes, all sorts around the place that are all undercover. So the place is really, it turns into a village.
It does.
In this night.
It becomes a real focal point of the Shire, and I guess it must be amazing to see the growth of the event over those years to now. The whole Shire comes to a halt for the weekend, and it really is the focal point for that entire weekend every year now.
Do you know what I think it does? We get a bit of flack down here in the Shire for over many years for many things. Well, not many things, but a few things. And I think this proves to the Sydney wide and probably further than that the Shire's got some good community in it. We are the biggest in the state. We're one of the biggest in Australia. Out of 250, I think we're number 1, 2, or 3, depending on the other years. We also got 9th in the world. So in the world outside of America, where there's a lot of relays, there's 23 countries in the rest of the world got relays, and we were number 9, our relay. So what I'm getting at is that the Shire, over 15 years now, has raised $6 million because of the quality of this community. We all like to think we take the credit ourselves, but to be honest, it's the quality of the community. And I think that's a really good thing. I think we need these sort of things down here in Sutherland. To show, because there is this there has been a negative, and over a couple of years with different things, and I think this is a real positive to show that this is what we really are down here.
It always seems to get good support over the years from local political leaders, from community groups. I know the Sharkies have been involved before. I guess it's on one of those few occasions where everyone from all walks of life gets along and gets involved, gets around it.
funny you should say that. Tradies are our partner in this. A big partner. They're a big supporter, and they give us a big donation every year, but they also give us many, many, many teams, which is amazing. It's the biggest weekend of the year for them in terms of staff. Staffing the actual tradies place, because they have to minimise the staff up there because there's so many down here.
That's right.
And look, without exception, Ansto's another one. There's a whole lot of sponsors. They've all, and I'm not just saying this, I really mean it. They're actually very close to us in this event. They never ask us branding. They never try to promote their business over and above what we're doing. They've got a really good attitude towards this thing, and they care about what's happening. And they're good. They're actually good friends. Our sponsors. We don't have VIP areas or anything like that. They come down and they do what they can because they know that everything they're doing is going towards a good cause. And there's actually no middleman in this thing too. That's another thing to mention. The Cancer Council get all the money. There's no group that are putting this on other than local community. I'm a volunteer, and so are the other 50 in the committee, and Luke Barbudo, of course. So there's no money in it at all for anyone else other than the Cancer Council. And in this day and age in charities, that's a rarity. There's usually some smart marketing people running it and getting a good cop out of it. With this thing, there's not.
We love your work, Rod. Now, the relay kicks off just after 9 o'clock tomorrow. Is there still time for people to get involved?
Oh, yeah. In fact, you can still register in the morning if you want to come down. It's $25, or whatever it is. It's around, I don't even know because I don't deal with that. But it's around that figure. But look, if you don't want to register and become part of it, you can just come down and have a look anyway.
It's a real spectacle. It's a real festival atmosphere.
Amazing,
it's great fun.
Amazing. Yeah. And what happens then is that, if they get interested tomorrow and they see it, bring the kids down and love it, then next year they can register. But come and have a look. That's the big secret. If you haven't seen Relay and you know about it, come and have a look.
Fantastic. Down at the Sylvania Waters Athletic Track from 9 a.m. tomorrow. Rod, just before I let you go, I want to ask you about the other institution of Relay for Life weekend. Now, your lovely mother, Val, she's been a part of every relay so far. Can we expect her to be leading the pack again tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, she's leading the pack. There's no question about that. She everybody in Cronulla, for example, all the shopkeepers in Cronulla know her because she's always after prizes and things. She's in charge of candle sales, which is really good because about 1,000 people come in tomorrow night, and anyone who wants to can come in, by the way. You just come into the place and maybe commemorate or remember someone that you might have lost. That's what we all do. About 1,000 people come in on that night at 6 o'clock, just after 6, for about half an hour. And it's non-denominational. It's not a religious thing because we're dealing with people that are atheists and Christians, and it's basically a community get together and celebration where we remember someone we've lost. And there's I know the Inner Choir are playing tomorrow night and they're singing, and they're just brilliant, that school. So they'll be on. And Mum actually runs the candle sales down here, all the candles, and she's good at that because. People are often a little bit upset when they come up and they're writing little things on their candle bag and stuff. And her and her friends that help out are really good to them. So, very important part of the relay.
Gotta love it. You do great work, Rod. Good to chat, mate. Have a great day tomorrow. I hope it all goes well and the rain stays away.
Yeah, well, thanks to $2. You guys have been good over many, many years. And you're welcome down here to do whatever you want to do, broadcast, whatever you want to do over the time. You know that because you've done that before. So thanks very much to $2 too.
I reckon we'll take you up on that. Good on you, Rod. Have a good day.
Cam Reddin, and this is your homecoming on 2SSR FM.